Good morning, everybody. I hope you're doing okay out there. Happy half term. My son picked me some dragon oracle cards this morning. I love these. I think I did a reading with them not very long ago, but hey, I'm going with his intuition on this. So, dragon energy. Can you feel the changes going on out there at the moment? There's a lot of upgrades going on and a lot of downloads going on and a lot of movement and a lot of accelerated action going on for a lot of people at the moment that can feel very uncomfortable, but my suggestion is go with, because what you're experiencing now won't go away. It'll come back in another cycle unless you go through it now. Fourth, red, black and gold dragon. So this card protects you in times of change. There we go. So change is happening for all of us, around us and inside us. It will get uncomfortable and a struggle, which creates pain and suffering if you try to hold on to the past that is trying to be let go of. You know, we want a changing world, we want our lives to change, but how much do we allow that to happen? So dig deep, trust yourself, go with your feeling, your gut feeling, rather than the chatter in the head, the gut feeling on how to navigate the changes going on for you now, because it's a collective global shift as well as an interpersonal shift between us and those around us, as well as a personal shift. Don't put the brakes on. It's very tempting to go back to the old, tried and familiar because it feels safe. It's not. It doesn't belong here anymore. So there's nothing safe about that. The safety is with the new coming in. So massive leaps of faith, everybody, with courage. Air dragon helps you rise above earthly matters. Well, if you think about what I was just saying about go with the intuition in the gut, which is a feeling of just knowing something without knowing. There you go. You're on your intuition when you just know something deeply without knowing how or why. You can just feel it or sense it. Bingo. That is your highest intelligence in some ways of guiding you. If we let this come in too much, this is needed for other things, not intuitively taking leaps of faith into a better direction. So when we rise above earthly matters, we rise above earthly limitations, usually the mindsets that tell us why change cannot be had, even though we're all bursting with a need for change. Also, there's a message in there as well about careful for self-limitations, imposing self-limitations on yourself and maybe those around you. If you're limiting yourself because of fear, you're limiting yourself because of doubt, lack of trust, you're limiting yourself because it feels like it's too scary to do something different. Not only are you holding yourself back, if it helps, you might be holding others back as well around you. And if you're holding others back around you, it might be that you find it easier to make change if you acknowledge the impact it might be having on them. Ultimately, a self-love lesson is that you would eventually find your own need for change a good enough reason to take action, not just doing it for somebody else. But for the moment, if that's where you're at, it's better than nothing. Blue dragon from the Pleiades prepares you to accept source healing. Well, even in the carnage and the chaos of everything going on out there, there is a huge amount of healing parallel going on at the same time. Never doubt this. Often with the filters we have, all we can see is the death and destruction going on in life. We fail to sometimes see the huge amounts going on behind the scenes that is really, really good. And it can take time for that to come into fruition, if I can get my words out, but fruition, intuition, there's something huge about following with your intuition at the moment. You may not have all the answers, you may not know why everything's happening the way it is, just go with trust that it is happening for a reason. And Earth and Water Dragon, beautiful card, creates the foundation for new growth. So we go on about a new world, we go on about a new regime, a new structure, new global economy. If we're going on about new, how are we stopping the new from happening? And it has to happen on a personal level as well. So it's really cluttering out, having a mental detox of what mindsets, thoughts and beliefs are stopping me moving into a new paradigm with all the shift that's going on. Because it's happening for all of us, like it or not, so we might as well get on board with it on some level. And that's very personal. You can do that in any personal way you need to. But I think there is a really big need for a decluttering here, because the old is not fitting the new, and we're in the what my guides always call the sift, the in between the old chapter, in between the new chapter, and it's a very uncomfortable period in between, but use it and utilize it to your best good, because it's where the most growth and the outshedding of the old can happen for you on a personal level. When we know where we're going, where's the fun? When we know where we're going, where's the work to do? And why else would we be here unless there's work to do on a personal level? So the closing out one, Aquamarine Dragon from Neptune, enables you to access your deepest wisdom. Drop away from here. We hear our minds, wonderful, but don't give it all the power. When we feel into life, which means that we don't always have to know why, just go with what feels right. I tell you now, that's how you find your authenticity, step into a soul-led life, and you reach your highest potential. If we were all doing that, and right now, can you imagine what this world would be like? Have a great Tuesday, everybody.